talking about two people who I wouldn't even discuss it in front of them in closed session. You don't discuss that kind of stuff in front of somebody when they're sitting right there, even if it's in closed session. Talk about what you're going to give them for a raise. That's not appropriate.
So, but that doesn't make any sense then.
Why doesn't it?
Because you guys were saying that you didn't have the money for it. If you're talking about money, then you're talking about open city business. That was the reason that you guys gave why you couldn't give the salaries.
No, we were discussing personnel. He was discussing two people.
No,
two direct people.
You're discussing money.
You guys just agree to disagree so we can move on.
No, that's fine with me.
All right. Why have the city employees' sick days been cut to less than 2? Is this a good idea to have city employees when they work sick? Why have the city employees' sick days been cut to less than 2? Is this a good idea to have city employees when they work sick?
Now, when you say 2, what do you mean by that? Send it down to us. Define the period.
It just says less than 2.
Okay.
I'd have to get the employee handbook out and read it again. You accumulate sick days by the time that you work. So many months, you get so many sick days. At the end of the fiscal year, if you don't use them, you lose them. You start again the following year. But I'd have to look at the handbook to get the exact number.
So you can't accumulate sick days then?
No.
So you encourage people to just, I mean,
That's
you
standard practice for
oh, okay.
You either use them or they're there in case you get sick.
Yeah, all right.
Next question. Do you feel that charging $75 to reconnect water when people can't pay their water bill is fair?
It's gone down. Didn't we change it, didn't we?
How can you not know?
I can't remember the exact numbers. I know a reconnect fee we changed.
It may be $50.
I think it dropped to 50. I don't remember all the numbers. But yes, we brought it up, and I think we dropped the reconnect fee.
The last question that I have up here is, do you feel it is a conflict of interest for the city to be purchasing gas from the mayor's daughter's gas station?
I purchase gas there every month, every other day. I purchase gas there.
For the city?
No, for myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
talk about, I'm sure the question's about the city.
In the past, what we did, we tried to spread the gas sales for the city between the two options we got, two stations. Right now, Mobile is probably getting 2/3 of the business versus about 1/3 across the highway.
You got the gas station.
To me, this is just me speaking, but I'd just as soon have somebody that's locally owned and operated get our business. I'm not, Mobile's a big franchise. Wallace Oil is a big company, but I've always tried to support like Town and Country Bank or Town and Country Market instead of going to Walmart. I buy my gas from Bourbon One Stop. I do my banking locally in 2 different banks. I try and keep everything that I do here, and I don't see any problem with doing it.
Well, unfortunately, the state of Missouri does see a problem with it. It's called a conflict of interest.
How is that?
How is that? Well, you'd have to ask them.
The city finance.
But if any purchase is made over $500, with any city alderman or any city employee has an interest in that person,
As an individual, that's what I try to do.
has it? Well, yeah. Well, I understand that, but the gist of the question is that.
Different than our police department using the 2 local record services. Well, one's here now using 2 local record services to haul cars, would it?
Well, yeah, it would be. If the mayor's daughter owned one of the record companies, then yeah, it would be.
Now you're not allowed to own a business if you're the mayor.
You are not allowed to do business with the city if you're.
So
you can't find nothing from Larry once he becomes mayor.
And he wouldn't sell it to you. And he wouldn't sell it to you either.
I don't allow the city to buy anything.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're going to run his business now.
Well,
Remember, nobody buys nothing from Larry because
Makes no
it's a
much
conflict.
sense. I don't allow the city to buy from me anyway right now.
Well, and they never will.
Well, okay, I don't know that.
Do we have other questions?
I'd like to
What sayest thou, Leonard?
I signed the necessary
In other words, that's what I
papers
said to
to
begin
be
with.
filed with the
You
state.
guys control the
Get your suit.
Okay.
But if you sit here and say that because she lives here, is on his overtime by advisement, you shouldn't be talking about that in front of people else. Well, I guess it comes up with a conflict of interest.
Do we have other questions? Yes, ma'am.
If you don't mind, I know all over Jeff, I like the information.
Okay.
And actually, I don't want to be on camera.
Well, too bad, Phyllis. It's a public forum, baby.
Directed to the candidates.
All right.
Yeah, and this is not about me and you. You know.
Does Bourbon have a area chamber of commerce? No.
No.
Okay, so the phone number is 314-800-3652.
Well, would you read that again?
Jeff,
Yeah, would you read that? What's it say?
Chamber for Commerce.
Chambers for commerce, not of commerce, there, Phyllis.
this is in your Bourbon
But what does it say? It says Chamber for Commerce.
Okay, I can't hear her because you're being loud.
Well, because I'm being
It
enunciated.
says, join the Bourbon Area Chamber for Commerce.
Chambers
You
for.
don't even live in Bourbon, Jeff.
But I promote the town, Phyllis. Where do you live at? What's your address there, Phyllis?
My address?
Yeah. Yeah, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Well, why not? Why doesn't Bourbon have a Chamber for Commerce?
Bourbon boosters, that is the one that boosts bourbon.
Okay.
And that's one, and anybody can join in if they want to, certain people, so.
Well, we are members of the Bourbon Boosters, young lady.
Yes,
Jeff,
as long as,
the lady is addressing the board. Will you be quiet?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's pretty much explained out Clara, that you have Jeff and Mike Orford that sort of spends a lot of time with you, is that correct?
Yes.
All right, so are they legally paid or paid under the table or?
No,
Oh,
they
okay.
just, they do.
They do spend all the time with you, so wherever you are, Jeff and Mike Arthur is.
No.
Pretty much, yes.
Why is he here?
I didn't see him last night.
I see it here tonight and at every
Oh,
meeting.
well.
I went to a meeting because I have heard some rumors, and it was the very first meeting I had ever gone to. But the reason why I went to that first meeting was because internet is a very small world now. And because of being internet, being a small world, we have what is called Bourbon, Missouri Facebook. Don't we, Jeff?
Sure do.
That belongs to Jeff. There are many people who get into a conflict with Jeff because when they try to tell their side, Jeff gets pretty naughty and threatening.
Shame on you.
Excuse me. Mary, stick with me here. So in that process, women who are, including me, who are very compassionate about the town that they grew up in. I love this town. I don't live in the city limits, Jeff, neither do you. But this is my town that I grew up in, and I would fight for this town.
But you wouldn't live here.
What?
I said, but you wouldn't live here.
But because of some of these women that fought with Jeff, there were threats. And the threats were that somebody, Jeff and or Mike, were driving by their houses, taking pictures of their mailboxes, emailing them, making videos, Jeff's face, amazingly, of him pulling his glasses down, saying, you don't know who you're messing with, and don't mess with me. One of them was even reminded of who their boss is, that's threatening to go to the boss.
The only picture.
No, you don't have a turn. You've had a lot of calls, and they'll listen. So with that fear, being I was once from an abusive marriage that many people don't know about, I get very protective of women who are being threatened. So I went to that meeting specifically to get a picture of either him, and lo and behold, it was Mike Orford. So yes, I took a picture of Mike.
has many personalities.
And none of them are good.
That's your opinion.
That's your opinion, but he does have his own radio
But
station.
you like it, don't you?
Well, he
You
has
wanna
his
be
own
better.
radio
Wait
station.
till I finish.
Okay, go ahead.
He threatened to come out to my place of business and have a talk with me because I took his picture. But it was okay
Do you have
for,
a copy of that?
I took his picture
I know,
at one of the meetings.
but if he said that on Facebook, you would have printed that. Did you print it?
Yes, I did print that.
Okay.
And I think we printed that also.
Okay.
There's many of us that printed that. And the women who were threatened by your friend here also printed it out. So did you know that the two men that you always have as your sidekick, and I think on your Facebook at one time to see you and Jeff have both cleaned up your Facebook in the process of you saying that you're going to be mayor.
I'll tell you what.
Excuse me. That you did at one time call Mike that he agreed to be your bitch. Do you remember that?
I'll tell you one thing. Oh, can I answer something now?
No, you can't because.
Oh, that's how it works.
I'm the one that's
You
being.
can continue, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I have never, ever used Facebook.
Yeah, really.
So
I
I
have
wouldn't
read
even know
your
how.
Well, Phyllis, let me explain something to you.
That your two friends have made these threats toward women.
I'm not aware of it.
Let's just
You are not aware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's this got to do with it?
That's fine. Just as long as it's questions that he can answer and stuff like that.
Just to him.
But she's way off because I don't use Facebook.
You're aware of this at all, that your men have made these threats. Yes or no?
I'm not aware.
And
No.
two, that if you should become mayor, does that mean Jeff and Mike come along with you?
If they're aldermen, if they can be
When you read
aldermen.
Jeff's Facebook, when you read his Facebook, he doesn't say when Larry becomes mayor, we become mayors.
Oh, really? Do you have that in print? Because I printed all the stuff that you put on the Crawford County Dash, Missouri. Oh yeah, you're gonna play that. You're gonna play that off, Eddie. You, huh? Well, it's actually gone from Facebook now. All right. One more thing.
Yeah, we're not.
But what's this got to do? It's directed to the alderman. Don't.
I am just wondering about Charles Amish Imports that you owe him $25,139.68. Did you pay that bill? Because you were sued. And you were sued by this man you're paying him.
Right. And I don't owe him. No, I don't owe him.
I don't think that's our
Did
business.
you pay him?
No, I did not, and I do not owe him.
You were had a court order to pay him, but you didn't pay him.
I do not owe him.
So these are secrets. You want to draw out secrets. What about your order?
I've told you, I do not owe them.
Yeah, this has turned out just into a vengeance against
I just wanted to make my point out.
And I do want to say,
He gets him.
I'd like to rebut that.
Vertical and will not be safe because they have him.
Oh, really?
All you have to do is look up on pagenet.com.
and that's fine. This is for the candidates. This is for everybody to get answers to different questions and stuff.
Can I rebut that? I do not have Facebook. I mean, I think my daughter has.
You do too have
I
Facebook.
have never used Facebook. I wouldn't even know how to use Facebook. Now, my daughter has one.
Facebook.
My daughter has one. Listen, my daughter has one for my business. And I have no idea. She puts purses and stuff like that on there. But I myself have never used it, and I don't have the time.
Running for mayor.
Does
I would
anybody-
do it like this because you're mad at him. You have a
I am trying.
And not what she's injecting every time somebody speaks. You have your mouth open, and nobody gets to finish what they're saying.
All right.
Except
Anybody
me.
else have any questions at all?
I have some comments to make if I could.
We need to make questions to the candidates.
Right.
We're not gonna make questions to the candidates, then we're done.
Not to this guy. He doesn't even belong here. So,
Oh, really? I don't belong here. I'm here, buddy.
one question, two questions. Do you live in this town?
I promote this town. I have an economic interest in this town.
Do you live in this town?
I spent 22 years trying to promote this
Do
area.
you live in this town?
No.
Okay. Do you have a business in this
I
town?
have an economic interest in this town, yes.
What is your business in this town?
You figure it out.
Brochures for my business.
I'll tell you my interest if you tell
What, you know what? He's one of my advertisers, and I've worked for Mr. Isom for the last 21 years.
Listen, you
Come,
don't live in this town,
you know what?
right?
Who are you?
You don't live in this
Who are you?
I'm just asking a question.
You going to step back, my friend?
Okay,
Are
but
you going
I
to
can't
approach
hear
me?
you. I can't hear
Oh,
you.
you can't hear me.
No. Okay, now, if you don't live in this town, do you go to Sullivan, and do you
Sure do.
disrespect their town? Too?
Sure do.
Do you go to Leesburg? And
I sure
disrespect
do.
Their town?
I go to Jefferson County. I go to Festus. I go to Crystal City. I've been to Wayne County.
Okay.
I don't like corruption. I don't like people who are corrupt.
Okay, I don't think these people are all corrupt.
Yeah, well, that's
Sir,
your problem.
Are you a Christian man?
I sure am.
I don't think so.
Well, you know what? Thank God you're not my judge. Oh, really? We'll find out in the end, won't we, honey?
I'd like to ask Mr. Magistrate, would you please give your address in Bourbon, in the city limits of Bourbon? Where do you live?
It's 499 North Service Road.
And is that your business?
That's my business.
You live in the back of it?
I live in the house part inside my business.
Oh, there's a house part
Yes.
in there?
Yes.
And how long have you lived there?
Over 3 years.
Since his house
Are
burnt.
you sure? Did he have to show things for you guys?
Ma'am, if I've been here for 3 years, day and night, 7 days a
The
week.
city doesn't have an ordinance that the mayor has to.
This county, you have to be a resident of the city for a year. The county registry. That's up to the county. County registry.
Bob, you wanted to make a comment or two,
I want to make several comments.
and then we're going to declare this open.
Jeff,
Okay.
can't we continue if she asked the questions she wanted to ask?
She's done it. I'm finished all my questions.
I'm with the Bourbon. I'll be as brief as I can, but I have several things to say. I moved to Bourbon in 1976 and bought my first house up here in Bourbon. I lived in it for 3 years. I bought another house. I lived in it for 25 years, and I bought another one. And I sold it here 3 or 4 years ago, and I live in automatic apartments now. I have been an alderman. Mayor Armstrong appointed me in 2006 to finish a term for someone else. Then I ran for alderman and got elected. When I sold my house, I had to resign because I moved out of Ward 2 into Ward 1. Then I ran again in Ward 1, got in 2 times. I've been an alderman for 5 years. We have worked in this town tirelessly to try to clean it up. We get criticism for everything we do from our newspaper. Just read the articles. I don't have to say any more. If you want to read a good article, read the one that come out of the Cuba Free Press. That's telling the truth. We have worked. I have worked with the mayor and with Stan numerous hours in this town for no money, no pay. We've saved the city of Bourbon thousands and thousands of dollars. We had to pay for rent on equipment when the mayor used his equipment. I have used my own truck, trailer, chainsaws, tools, hand tools. I've never asked the city for anything out of it. I live here. This is my town. And then I come in here and I read these little stupid pieces of paper that come around here they call Bulletinman or something, and read all the lies and the crap that's in them, and it makes me so mad that I could wring somebody's neck. But we have got
Right here. Come on.
we have got
Yeah, come on.
a good little town.
Big boy.
We got a good board. If these men wants to do something for the city of Bourbon, let them get their hind ends out there and do something for Bourbon instead of running it down. And back up the people that we got now. That's all I got to say. That ain't all I got to say.
Okay. I'm done. Meeting's adjourned.
It was fun.